Yes, what's up? How you doing? I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night from wherever you are catching me from. My name is Jose Andrew Anderson, and I'm super excited. Each time, I come through and, I look in front of this camera, I feel excited and happy passing on some information to you about the things I've learned over time. And there's a saying, yeah? There's a saying in Luganda that says, omwavu ayagalwa nnyina. To direct translate, it means that if you're broke, yeah, you're only loved by your mother. If you are broke, you're only loved by your mother. Let me explain. You see, it's people chase a lot of things, and they want to achieve things, to impress the people that they love. But let me tell you something. We chase a lot of things in life, and we want to be successful, we want to be okay, maybe to impress our relatives, our sisters, our mothers, our fathers. But let me tell you, before you can impress anyone, it's crucial. Your mom is as equally important just like your father. They've always been giving credit to the mothers, and because they've been there for their kids for the 9 months, their kids spend in their womb, and they feel like it's all about the mother. That used to work then, in that period whereby the mothers were a stay-home parent. But in this era that I call the AI generation, which people call the 21st century, things change. Things change. The father figures have really played their part nice. For mothers, yes, we admit you go through a lot, to raise these kids, but that used to work then, because right now there's something called women empowerment. And when women empowerment comes through, you notice that now the house helpers spend more time with our kids. And it was a job of a mother to raise. Raising is not financing. Raising is being with someone to mentor them, to grow into the kind of people we want them to become. The reason why I decided to stay with my son, just the two of us, of which I feel it is the most sensible thing I've ever done in life. It is the only most sensible, mature thing I've ever done in my life. Deciding to stay with him. To be like, you know what, I'm going to be with my son. No house helpers. No one. It's going to be the two of us. He's grown into something that is so remarkable. And each time I sit around and, when people are talking about their success and the houses they've built, and then the apartments they've built, and then the businesses they've started, me, the only thing I'm really proud of is like, oh man, I've been with my son since he was 1, and he's growing up, and this April is making 4 years, and I feel like I've made it in life. Why? Because I chose to mentor him what people call raising him. Right now, the parents, the mother figure is leaving house helps home for them to raise these kids. They don't know where these girls or boys came from, but they are raising their kids and they're working so much to achieve a lot of things, to pay for their education, to give them the beautiful things and then the vacations and then the outings. They are making money, but they're not giving them time. As I told you initially, time is the main asset. It's the biggest asset you could ever have in your life. Time. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give my son time because it's all I got. And I want to represent the love and I want him to grow up to be like, Dad, you sacrificed a lot. Because what is it I would give him? Go work, have a house help him out without nurturing him. I was like, I'm giving up all of it to stick with him, to nurture him. He grows into the person that I really love. I want him to be like me, but a little more better than me. It is only a father who will always want their sons and their daughters to even do better than them. It is rare when it comes to the female species because they would always want their kids and maybe the people they love to be around. They may not want them, not necessarily, but they may not want them to really succeed in life because they feel they will leave them. But a man will be like, go all the way. They'll always be proud. So that's saying that a broke individual, I don't want to say broke man, but a broke man or a broke female is only loved by their mother. No, even their fathers really love them. They also really love them. So as we give the credit to the mothers globally, give us equal credit to the fathers. This video was supposed to be short, but for some reasons, when I start talking about this kind of a topic, then I might end up, making it a little bit longer. You see, when it comes to the mother figure, when they give birth, basically, when they get pregnant, the first time they notice that, she is pregnant, what happens? She tells the father. Some fathers run away. Let's keep the facts open. But some stick around. And when they tell a father, we are expecting a kid, the pregnancy test came out, the NHCG came out, and it is positive. We are expecting. The father will think of the following. Now, they support be going in for antenatals. There's medication in between, taking care of this lady, the mother. This kid comes to life. They have to have a good bed, mosquito nets, then food. It looks cheap, but it's something that they think about, and they're thinking about the future of this kid, and it is their responsibility through their entire life. That's why some of them ran away, because it scares. It scared me as a single there, dedicated full time, 24/7. It scares the hell out of you. But now, remember, the lady is going to give birth and it is done. 9 months, breastfeed, done. They can run away and will never be found. Now the responsibility comes to a father who is supposed to be in this son's life for the rest of their life, because they have to give them mentorship. Let's give the credit to the fathers, but let's be specific. to the strong, dedicated fathers who be in their kids' life. It is intentional to sit behind the tree. That tree is over 100 yards. That's why I decided to sit here. I talk as an elder. Not an elder in age, but an elder in this generation of AI, whereby we now understand things more than our forefathers in a different way that will never go back in the same way like how they raised their kids. Deciding to give my son a 24/7 dedication to be a present dad day in and day out, and it's just the two of us, and I've given it 3 years counting, and I feel proud of myself. I'm giving credit to such kind of fathers. They are rare to find, but if there isn't a father, even those who are not there, but they try to get every penny. That's why you would find a guy who got money and they can never dress well, they can never trim themselves or groom themselves, but each penny they get, they're sacrificing it for their kids. That's why when a man, if a lady called, a mother called, and they're like, we need some 10,000, even if it's the only penny that the man has gotten, they would sacrifice it to give it to their mother because they feel that's all they are meant to do, to provide. And they will provide. But let's change it a little. What if it was a mother and then the dad calls and is like, help me with 10K? It is different. That's why in Africa we are having that kind of a saying that the man's money is our money, but a lady's money is hers. I had my sister, each time I could pay something for her, even if she had more money, but if I made the payment, she was more proud of me. And now we grow, we are grown to be providers. That's why men don't take care of themselves. By the way, you could be asking yourself why I don't trim my hair. I just don't mind myself. As long as my son is okay, the rest will be added on to me. Even the birds above have noticed what I've said and they have admitted to it. Why this entire story? The entire story is about, brother, sister, them days it used to be a man. Like you're supposed to work, to provide for your parents. But I think it makes sense. Whether a female or male, brother, sister, let's just work and make that money. But even when we are making the money, your personal calling has to come first. I think that is the video I'm going to be doing next. This one, you're going to love it. I'm going to go to a kitchen. That's where I'm going to do the next video. My name is Luzea Andrew Anderson. And if you love the video, it is very easy. You can go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification button on our YouTube channel, which is BCM Uganda. It is having over 207,000 verified with a blue tag people, so that you're among the first people to be watching when we upload a video, or even we come live. On TikTok, we are there too. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. It just doesn't matter where you're watching me from. Nice time.